I accidentally hit the stop streaming button instead of muting my mic.
Everybody golf clap. Everybody golf clap.
I accidentally hit the stop streaming button. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had my mic muted because I didn't want to interrupt you guys, and then I hit the wrong button and the stream went offline.
And then a butterfly flew in front of me.
Shut up. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm so
let it go
sorry.
down.
Anyways, you guys should get back to this so I can shut up and stop fucking things up for the day.
All right, so do we have a game? Let me actually join Android here. All right, so
Yeah,
our
Android.
first pair of casters for the second part of this last part of the first part is going to be Grizz Rage's play-by-play and Damon Lasher as color for item builds and such. So go ahead and work on that, guys. Whenever are you both loaded? Are you
Yeah,
both
Just loading in right now. Give me a second.
Okay. As soon as Grizz loads, please begin with the red team.
And while we're
Okay.
waiting for Grizz, oh sorry, shout out to
I just
Helsith
got in.
and Go
All right,
ahead.
are you done with your shout out, good sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, on the red team, it looks like we have Elza Pavli being an engineer, and she's actually going to be using, it looks like 6 rune stones of the Nightmare, coupled with, it looks to be a double pistol build, and rocking that PvP Rabbit Amulet with also the Rabbit Jewel. Now, is that a real common build that we're starting to see on engineers?
Yeah, although it's a bit outdated, this engineer seems to be running the grenade condition build, as you can also see the sigil of superior smoldering and sigil of superior geometry for both burning and bleeding on his weapon. Right.
No, hold
And he's
on.
running
I've got
rabbit
it.
amulet,
Yeah.
let's see, for the
Even
condition.
last year.
That's really
You're-
laggy.
Breaking up really badly. Leave the Skype call and rejoin and see if that resolves that really fast for me.
Sure.
In the meantime, Android, why don't you tell us about this build?
Absolutely. So this is a pretty typical HGH engineer build. He is running the smoldering as well as geomancy, so he's getting the high burning conditions duration as well as high bleed uptime. It's actually seen very often in the Guild Wars 2 scene right now.
And then the traits are going to be 30, 10, 0, 30, 0. So obviously that proves that he's going to be doing the bunker or grenade style engineer play, as you were stating.
Yeah, this is the grenade style, also known as HGH for the last trait in the alchemy tree. So you have a really high condition removal as well as boon uptime with your damage and condition pressure.
And then we have Eric Thornhill, which is going to be a thief, and he's going to be rocking, from the looks of it, 4 ruins of divinity and 3 ruins of strength. He's going to be using that short bow dagger combo with a PvP soldier's amulet, along with actually a berserker's jewel with traits of 10, 10, 0, 25, and actually she left, so I can finish it off. Hold on. She just rejoined, or he just rejoined. Let me go over that. 10, 10, 0, 25, 20 on the traits. Is that a typical build that you start to see on Thieves nowadays?
This is not a typical build at all. This is something completely different. He might just be a newer player, but the sigils he have on his daggers actually don't stack at all. And then a soldier's amulet on a thief for the extra vitality is not seen too often as well. And these traits, I think they might have just been put in randomly.
Now, I have a
Okay.
quick interjection here for you, Grizz. This has been annoying me, and I'm finally bringing it up. I would like you to say the word runes.
Runes? Okay.
They slot ruins are broken castles. All right, so if you can concentrate on getting that right, it'll save you a lot of grief in the future when you're casting.
Got the Dredge Castle armor. There we go.
All right, go ahead and start up another one. We'll see if Damon Lasher goes in. I just want to hear you say runes, to be honest. So if you can get that far,
Okay,
into it,
okay.
I'd be ecstatic.
We're going to go ahead and move on to Roshan Alondra. It's going to be a warrior, and he is going to be rocking the superior runes of the air, all 6, with a great sword and a bow with the PvP Berserker's Amulet and Berserker's Jewel, and the traits are going to be, from the looks of it, a 20-20-00-30 build. Now, on Warriors, is this quite common to see that short bow greatsword along with those runes?
It's the greatsword's almost always common on a warrior. These runes are definitely a little different than what we're used to seeing, but it is going to help him with the swiftness uptime, and the Berserker's amulet's definitely going to be doing a lot of damage. The longbow, we do not see that too often on warriors, so that might be exciting to watch.
All right, guys. So we're at about 400 points on these teams here. So I want to get us practicing the end of the match here. We'll do 2 of these where we have a pair of casters. We've already got our pair set up, although, Sean, you're going to substitute for Demon Lasher until he's back on the second team. But I want to see how you guys build up the play-by-play and the color commentary as the end of the match approaches, after this 400-point mark, as you build the anticipation for the end of the match until those last couple of points are going in, and they're going to take the win! You know, kind of like that. So,
Okay.
All right, so going back to the first pair, Fancy Zergling as the play-by-play caster, and who is my color commentator on the first one?
Kenning
Yeah, Kenigmatic. Okay, so if you guys take back over, I want you to go ahead and cast this as if this were a regular match and get towards the end of this game.
I can't get into the match because...
Okay, Grizz Rage, you're up until... you can send me messages and I'll try to help you get in there.
Oh, no, it just says
Okey-dokey.
the world you are attempting to join is full.
Oh, okay, it's full. Okay, so whenever you're able to join, just let me know. In the meantime, Grizz, play-by-play, and Kenigmatic, color.
Absolutely. We have 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. Red team actually having the lead here with 4:27, and blue team only has 4:19. And it looks like red team is the only one that has a point captured, and that's going to be Bear Raven. And Wolf are actually open. We do have contention coming from blue team over at Wolf right now, along with Raven, 1-1 at Raven. And it looks like we have over here 3v1 on Wolf, and going over that, Eliza Pavel actually in a lot of trouble. It looks like she is going to wind up getting smashed by the blue team over here. No, she does not go down. She's just sitting there. It looks like she is going to bleed out to death. But Nutkip actually in a lot of trouble over here. Raven going down with Mesmer, actually a Mesmer and a Warrior combo over here. And it looks like she is, they're going to smash her. And yes, the smash finally does come down. It looks like this is going to be an uncontested point now for Raven, which will leave 2 for 1 right now for the red team. Blue team right now actually only has Wolf.
Right, but if blue team is able to get that orb of Ascension back to Wolf, they'll win the game. That'll give them, I believe, 50 points.
And with the do see blue team right now rushing over to Wolf with that orb, and it looks like they will actually get there uncontested, and it is almost to the point on Wolf. Red team doing everything they can to catch up to that orb to try and stop her. And yes, we do see that knockdown coming down, but she is invulnerable right now. And I don't think they'll be able to get that orb. Yes, they did knock it down, but no, red team does actually wind up picking up this win. 500 to 488 with 3 minutes left in the game.
Okay,
That's
so to interrupt before any post game, you did you kind of started to build up there, but you got a little distracted right before those last few points went down, and there was a lot of potential there. That was an exciting moment as that orb was making its final trip into that capture point, and they're so about to get it. It's so very close, but no, red team takes the win at the very last second there before the orb can get in there. Something along those lines is what I'm looking for.
Okay.
And I know you can do it, Grizz. You just have to pay attention to those tickers towards the end. You have to be able to watch both the action and the scorecard at the top so you can really emphasize those last few seconds of the match. It's like that 2-minute drill in a football game. You've got to nail that down. Now, in the beginning of this, we're going to go ahead and do the start. Now, what you need to pay attention to at the start of the match is the split. You need to open up the map and see where the players are going to where. We've got 2 players going up to the windmill on the red team and 3 heading towards the clock tower for the red team. 1, it looks like the Mesmer maybe is going for the Trebuchet, that or the Thief, or they're just going to the clock tower. Who knows? Go ahead and take over, Grizz.
All right, and yes, we do see Ranger actually for the blue team heading over to Trebuchet, while you had 2 members going for Windmill, and we actually look like we have 2 members from the red team heading over to Clock Tower, actually being reinforced with 2 more members, a Warrior and an Elementalist, leaving only 2 members from the blue team to try and cap the Clock Tower. But they do have that Trebuchet up for the blue team. Red team does not.
That is correct. That extra oomph from the blue team with the trebuchet shot is going to help them solidify control over the clock tower. Without that large AoE from the red side, blue's going to have a huge advantage taking this midpoint.
And as we can see right now, that trebuchet doing work. 2 members are down currently for the red team. Blue team, all their members are up. And we do see a smash coming down onto Robin Orca. Eric Thornhill actually in a lot of trouble. And yes, the smash does go down, giving the lead to blue team right now, leaving that blue point actually uncontested. And it will be a 2-for-1 going for the blue team.
Yep, and we're going to see the blue trebuchet is going to be under attack by Elza Pavli and Roshan Alondra. So that's going to be a huge detriment later on in the game for blue team unless they can repair it in time.
Now, even though blue team's point getting contested right now over at Mansion by the Elementalist, 2 members from the blue team converging right now, a Mesmer and a Ranger here. Let's see if this Elementalist Nutkip will be able to capture it and hold it for themselves. And we do see Mansion, or not Mansion, but Windmill under contention along with Clock Tower. We do see Nutkip here in a lot of trouble. 2 members from the blue team just demolishing Nutkip. Nutkip does go down, but will Nutkip be able? But no, we have another member from red here doing everything he can. Sylpha Green Storm is down with Roshan dealing a lot of damage. Blue members from the blue team are down right now. Roshan Alejandra doing everything that he can to take this out, but no, there is a rally up right now from Sirius. Seriously, who farted? And Roshan Alejandra doing everything he can. Super low health, but no, having to run away. And blue team looks like they will be able to recap Mansion for themselves. Red team actually gaining the lead over blue team, holding that 1 cap point right now as Roshan Alejandra finally gets finished.
That is correct. We're going to see a little bit of contest over the clock tower, while red actually sends their Mesmer to have a little bit of one-on-one fight with the blue team's Mesmer over the trebuchet for red team.
And Ellerina going down here in the middle, and it looks like she's going to try and miss away and get up, but I don't know if that'll be enough if they'll decide. And yes, they do, but Sylvia Greenstorm is there to try and contest that, but no. Oh, she does get up. Alejandra does get up and starts to run away, but magically... I'm just going to call her magically, is down right now in a lot of trouble over at Red Team's Trebuchet. And yes, she does wind up getting smashed and taken down. 11 minutes left in the game. Red Team 117 to Blue Team's 99 right now. Red Team looking to be in a really good lead. You know, what do you think Blue Team has to do right now at this point? They do have 2 cap points to themselves. What do they have to do to get themselves back into this game?
Blue team's going to have to really push for consistently having 2 out of these 3 points. Red team still has their trebuchet up. Blue team just got their trebuchet back up. But the thing that's happening right now is red team is able to rotate around blue team way better than blue team can sort of consult or fix that problem. They're able to move around much better than red team's much better able to move around much better than blue team.
Unfortunately, the clock tower actually going back to blue team right here. They do have that trebuchet constantly mortaring clock tower right now, but it looks like they will finally be able to cap that. And yes, they do with the trebuchet still, but Sylvia Greenstorm in a lot of trouble. She is down right now with that trebuchet help, and not just with the trebuchet, but with the help of Roshan. Actually, Roshan Alejandra now starting to contest blue team's trebuchet. They were able to get that repaired, leaving a 1-for-1 right now on that trebuchet. Going back to mid, we have actually not mid, but it looks like we have some interference running from Nutkip over at the enemy base, just trying to disrupt blue team right now, forcing a member. And it does look like Nutkip is in a lot of trouble. Nutkip finally looks like he is going to go down to magically. And yes, it looks like that'll be a smash down going on to Nutkip. And Roshan Alejandra going to go ahead and finish up, actually magically challenged over at, it looks like Mansion. And he's just going to sit there and defend Mansion. You know, Nutkip is low. Nutkip doing everything he can to Sylvia Greenstorm, but taking a lot of damage. And it does look like, no, Nutkip might actually get away with the skin of his teeth. Roland Alejandra actually taking out Sylvia Greenstorm as well. This red team just showing that dominance that they have with their team build. 268 to 122 right now. They hold all the points. You know, 9 minutes left in the game. Blue team is in a lot of trouble right now.
Yep, but they did take down that trebuchet, and they still have their trebuchet back up. So really it's going to come down to denying red team from repairing their trebuchet and moving around them in a very well-timed manner.
Roshan Alejandro actually having to leave Mansion as he is super low health, just a sliver. He could go down just to a single, anything really, just one shot and he is down. But red team still controls 2 points, windmill and clock tower. Blue team barely getting back Mansion here. They have quite a lead over blue team right now. Blue team actually having to send quite a bit of their members over to Mansion to recap that. They still do have that trebuchet up, so that only leaves 4 members from blue team to roam around. And as we see an Elementalist over at Windmill trying to contest that, he does get the contention down, but it looks like going to go ahead and have to back up. Magically Shell over at Mansion, they still haven't got that point back yet.
Nope, and blue team is sort of really overextending their team fights. They have a little bit too many people, and that is proving against their mobility. Since red team is able, since they have the lead, sort of split up more and keep defending points from one person. So it ends up being like a 2v1 every single time.
All right, guys. That's enough for now. We're going to go ahead and switch to the second team. Now that they're both in the call, Fancy's Early going to be taking over play-by-play, and Damon Lasher are going to be taking over color from here on out. One thing I really want to hear from you guys is some anticipation building towards the ending. I want that ending pumped.
All right, well, we do see red team coming up for the win here. It's already 400, 145. All they need to do is make sure they keep pressure on these 2 points. We do see that windmill's currently being taken. Oh, it's not letting me get over the windmill. We do see windmill is being taken by, being contested by blue team over here. If they can just hold on to this point, hopefully they can try to arrange to come back here as they bring, as they try to close the gap. And we do see that the manor, windmill did get taken, and the manor is now contested by red team, but now that is neutralized, maintaining red team's lead. What are some of the things that you can that blue team can hope to do this, try to at all, if anything, to stifle red team's win here?
We did miss it, but there's a huge fight going on there between Seriously and one of the Necromancers from red team over at the Trebuchet. Blue team has lost their Trebuchet now. They need to hold all 3 points in order to prevent red team from having any point income at all if they want to come back into this game. Seriously, who has farted, has been doing a really good job on point control. And as you can see, he has the point lead on the blue team at the moment. He's heading out into the battlefield, seeing if he can put some difference into the game before the game ends.
All right, we do see that windmill is now contested. We do see Nino Ross trying to just hold off Elise Pale from getting this clock tower point, but she's doing such an excellent job of just holding her own. And now Noonie Pup is now in here putting on the melee pressure onto Noonie Pup. Oh, window mode. Shit.
Blue team doing a really good job here, actually. They have managed to cap both the windmill and the mansion. Red team has secured the clock tower back again. Blue team needs to fight really hard to take that back as red team inches even closer to the 500 point mark.
All right. We do see the red did finally manage to get that clock tower, putting them further ahead, and now there's a fight going on at windmill as red is now securing windmill with 3 people on that point. It's going to take some harsh fighting to get them off that point as they're just climbing ever more steadily to this victory.
And at the moment, blue team really just needs to get neutralizers off. There is a team of red on the trebuchet just raining fire onto the points, securing it for red team as they only need to hold it for a little bit more to get to that point.
We do see blue team coming in here trying to contest the clock tower once again, but he's as Pavli is just securing this clock tower for our team, easily securing the win as we come up here at 2 points with trebuchet support and 2 points in their advantage. It's going to be quite ridiculous for them to come back. And there's the win for red team, secured easily 500 at 251.
All right, Zerling, you really need to work on the fluidity of your sentences. You're getting a lot of breaks. You're talking a lot like you're stopping to think in the middle of your sentences, a bit like Shatner. And when you're play-by-playing, you really have to be constantly going. When you're thinking ahead, you've got to think ahead 2 things ahead. And if you say something wrong, you just kind of have to roll over it and keep going. So you've got to really work on keeping the sentences going, keeping them coming out, and then setting it up. Don't stop for long breaths and don't stop to think. Just keep going and just get in the zone. And that's
I can actually
really
help him with the fluidity. Think on high school level terms of wordplay. and that helps out just so much instead of trying to use big words.
Right. So at the beginning of the match, you need to show where everyone is going on the map. So Lunette, you should have the map open so people can see the spread. And play-by-play caster needs to describe what's happening in the spread.
All right, we do see
Which
Blue.
isn't much. Sorry.
Yeah, we do see Magically Challenged going over here, securing the ruins for his team, while red team takes the docks and blue teams go over to the beach side of things. Right now it's 2v2 with a Mesmer going up, Mesmer and Thief for the blue team, and Mesmer Necromancer for red team. We don't really see Necromancers in PvP these days. What do they generally do? What's their role we see in PvP so far?
In competitive PvP, you actually see Necromancers on the North American teams a lot more. Necromancers are generally known as the bunker breakers. They're best known for taking out builds that rely on enchantments and whatnot and staying on a single point as Necromancers put down a lot of debuffs and are able to strip off boons from their opponents.
Yeah, we do see the Thief going in on the Necromancer here. He did get the jump onto the Necromancer, just causing insane amount of damage onto her again and again. It looks like if she doesn't go into her shroud up and she goes down there, the Thief needs to get away though, or else he's going to drain the life. And with it up, he goes for the stomp and successfully gets it off.
Just want to comment there, great stealth stomp coming out from the Thief, going stealth before the Necromancer had a chance to use the fear, and as such did not give the Necromancer time to retaliate before the stomp could go off.
I would see the docks being contested by the red team's blue team's Thief and excuse me, Mesmer, but they do take down red team's Mesmer and are easily going to get the stomp off on her. Oh, she does teleport away. They now are going to come in here and finish the job securing docks for themselves. We do see that runes are now being contested by the red team's Necromancer. With both teammates at the dock, it should be an easy take for them.
Yeah, a bit of an
guys.
unfortunate 3 versus 1 at the start. Oh, okay.
Okay, so we got a good idea of what's happening at the beginning of the match here. Now, we got a bit of a late start because Chris and I were talking beforehand, but you've got the idea of what needs to come at the beginning and end. That's kind of the keys. We'll work on the middle as we go. You guys have an understanding of what should be done. Zergling, you're going to have to practice a lot to get that sentence fluidity down. I'm going to go ahead and take over the play-by-play here. I want to cast with you a little, Damon Lasher, and we'll go throughout the rest of the match. Now, we've got a Android coming in to stop Vitasi from taking this point over at the, I didn't even look at the name of the points, the beach here. And Android's doing a good job of forcing Vitasi, doing tons of damage, completely contested here. He's just beating the crap out of this player here and just going for this stomp right here with a nice stealth. Is he going to get it? And down goes the stomp, and that's going to give this point on the beach back to the blue team. Excellent play from Android there in taking out Vodasi and taking that position. Nina Ross is fighting over with Seriously Who Farted over at the dock, trying to contest this point against the red team, but the red team's got 2 honor now. Grizzrage now in the fight, going all in on Nina Ross. That giant sword just forcing him out of that position and securing that red point for the docks.
And I really comment here in these small skirmishes that are going on. Android here with the Basilisk Venom and his flanking strike doing a lot of work, not giving the enemy much of a chance to react as he circles around the enemy constantly, not letting them target him, and as he puts down a lot of damage, it's quickly able to take them out before they can react.
Now, we're seeing a lot of strength from his 1v1 capability. In a small match of a 3v3 like this nature, that huge burst that he's got with that Thief build he's running is a significant threat. If anyone's caught alone and he can get the jump on them, he's going to take them down really quickly. And here he's going in on a 2v1 against Vodasi here. Oh, now it's a 3v1 for the docks. Vodasi's going to have some help here soon, but it's not nearly soon enough as down goes the stomp from Android, killing Vodasi, using that nice trick where you can actually teleport away with your stomp there and still get the stomp off if you're back in time. If you shadow step away, shadow step back in time before your animation finishes, you'll still get the stomp, and it's beautiful to see, and a bit of a showboating from Android there.
We're actually seeing a really good job coming out from Seriously. Meanwhile, the blue team is grouped up and taking out people one by one very quickly. He is going out and taking the points that are uncontested by himself and may be able to pull red team back into the game like this.
Yeah, a little bit of split push is kind of what red team may have to rely on in order to deal with the zerging capability of this blue team, how they're running around as a group, being very coordinated in their fights and just destroying people. Going around behind them and capturing those points will keep your points at least leveled out, but they keep losing people, and that score adding up from the 5 points on every kill here is really going to hurt them even if they keep a 2-to-1 point advantage. And if they're dead, they can't keep that advantage either. Now 4-3, now that another player has joined the blue team, this is going to be even harder for the red team to come back from, as they're all getting destroyed down here in the ruins point.
And once again, Android showboating on how amazing that 1v1 potential seriously is, going around and taking out people who are trying to decap the side points, as the rest of his team is focusing down on the ruins.
And we've got the Shark all up in this fight, trying to do all the damage that he can. But seriously, Who Farted is in a lot of trouble here, as the blue team is just all over, and the Shark, too, just constantly knocking him down, up in his face. Grizz is trying to help him out here, but Nina Rossa and Amina didn't have a lot of strength here. But Grizz is doing a great job of tanking them and distracting them from seriously Who Farted, who's getting a lot of damage onto it, and he may go down here, a lot of trouble. He's down. Are they going to be able to get the stomp on him at all here? And he's just floating away there very nicely, trying to get out of range of this fight. We'll see if they're going to be able to finish off Mari here. And there goes... No, not a finisher here. Not used to underwater fighting. Don't really know what to look for in the tells. But he's just going to auto-attack him down with the help of those sharks, it looks like. Grizz in a lot of trouble now, too. He's just trying to swim away for his life here. And seriously, Who Farted is just working out against Nino Ross.
And I just want to commentate that this is one of the only times I've actually seen a team manage to completely take back the ruins from another team that's been holding it and standing on the point. The engineer here, actually, a great choice, putting a huge amount of AoE damage and really mitigating that shark threat that prevents most teams from being able to take back the ruins.
Absolutely good job on them doing that. But now they're still at a 160-point deficit for the red team here. This gives the blue team a 320 to 158-point lead. They're behind one player now, 5 people on the red team to 4 on the blue. But that's really not affecting them that negatively. Grizz Rage brought down by Android, about to get stumped. He shadow steps away to avoid any crowd control and jumps back in to actually land the stomp at the end of the animation. Very well done. He's one-on-one against Fotassi now, but Android's taking a lot of damage from this. Is he going to be able to pull this out here, or is Fotassi going to be able to take down the Android, who's been so very, very powerful in these one-on-one fights here? Oh, now Android has the upper hand, and down goes Fotassi, and Fotassi's going to be in a lot of trouble here, but here comes Zakreen to help out Fotassi. Is Android going to get the stomp off in time?
Great shadow refuge.
Definitely got that kill very nicely there, and now he's 1v2ing Zakreen, and here comes Cyrax to help, and he's going to have to get out of there if he's not going to get taken down by these two in the 2-on-1 situation. But this does mean it's 1 point in the dock for the red team, 1 run for the blue team, and the beach is contested, but Android did have to run away, so the the red team should be able to pick that up off of the back of that fight. But this huge lead from the blue team is going to give them a long ways to go to come back.
Yeah, Android definitely doing a really good job there, actually, taking out 2 people and then distracting the other 2. And as we could see, against the Necromancer's static abilities, Android's positioning really helped him out there, being able to avoid the wells at all times. He is getting cornered by 2 now over at the dock.
Yes, he was taken out very quickly there. Managed to jump away from the stomp there. Grizz Rage getting turned into a mole, but it's not going to be enough to save him. Vodacy does pick up the stomp there, and the 3 red players are going to hold this point just a little bit. Grizz goes down, and in comes... someone who went invisible and left. Okay, Magically Challenged came in to get the stomp, but just decided to leave as he realized he was 1-on-3 there. Now he's in danger of being stomped. Zakreen's here to do it, and is he going to get away from this? No, he is not. Well, he is temporarily...
5v5 getting into the swing now, actually, and blue team realizing that they actually might be in a bit of trouble, as red team has secured both the ruins and their home base back once again. Mobilizing, they want to try to take the dock back, as they know the ruins are once again just so difficult to take back on this map once it has been captured.
Yeah, Amari is contesting it with seriously Who Farted, but the sharks there make it so very difficult. Amari just getting absolutely destroyed by the sharks, and here comes another player from the red team to secure this point. The ruins are not where you want to be going there, blue team. You've got to be taking these land points and getting back to this earlier advantage you had. They still have a 100-point lead, and that gives them plenty of room to play around with. And here comes Android to help against Grizz Rage in the docks point with Nina Rose, but he's very, very low, and down he goes, just trying to stay alive here and help out his team. The revive coming in, but here comes the stomp, which is going to land first. The stomp goes down. Android is dead. Nina Ross in a lot of trouble caught between GrizRaze and Vodacy, and they're going to be able to take him down as well. And down he goes. He's very vulnerable to the stomp with 3 of the red players there to take him down. Down goes the stomp, and down goes Nina Ross, keeping this point in heavy hands of the red team, who are quickly coming back in this match. Only 80 points behind now. Only 100 points left for the blue team to get for a win, though. Magically Challenged getting caught out in this 3-on-1 once again. Blue team going on them one at a time again and again. And that is really hurting their advantage here. They're letting the other team catch up because of this. The more they do this, the more opportunity the red team has come back and finish this match with a victory.
Yeah, and red team quickly taking back the league now. Give it another minute or so, and they will be above given the 2-to-1 point cap ratio they have at the moment. Blue team is fighting on the beach. However, they're wasting so much time over here as red team just sends someone to distract them.
Yeah, well, that does give them a bit of a man advantage there. Android's going in on the 4 of the red team, and this guy keeps rolling way too much for me to tell what's going on. So GrizRaze goes right in onto the point, and down he goes. So much damage from the blue team there. Android's going for the stealth stomp, and with the shadow step as well. Oh, doesn't quite pick it up. He gets knocked away once again, but GrizRaze is way too low to come back up. They can just knock him down by punching, but oh, no, they cancel the stun, and the auto attacks take him down there. Vodacy in a lot of trouble now in a 4-on-1 situation. Or, sorry, 3-on-1 situation. There are some Necropets there helping out, but that still leaves, well, no, just 1 point now for the red team as the dock is contested now. Let's see who's contested. There we go. Over at the docks, we've got Zakreen retaking it for the red team, still keeping that 2-to-1 point advantage, but they're only 50 points behind now, but they've really got to win a couple of fights here to catch up, as blue team only needs 30 points to win.
At this point, blue team only needs to hold on to the 1 point to win. There are only 30 seconds left before blue team takes it with just purely point income. Red team really needs to work on decapping that beach if they want to come back into this game.
And Android getting away from that stomp just barely, but it's still 4-on-1 there, and he's going to go down very quickly there. Magically Challenged, looks to be in a little trouble as he's trying to contest the ruins here. Seriously, Who Farted, fighting him around in the water, but they need to hold on to that beach point if they're going to secure the win and not give up many kills. They've got this advantage, 15 points left to go for the blue team. If they can hold on to this point, Zakreen is here to contest the point, but if she dies, this is the end of the game. There's not much time. She's got to uncap that point very quickly. But Peepleado is not going to let it go down. Only 8 points left to go. Blue team doing their best to hold on to that 1 point and contest and distract the rest of the team. Only 5 points left to hit 4 points. The red team doesn't look like they have much of a chance to come back at this point. 2 points left for the blue team. In just 1 more second, they're going to have this match, and they take the victory. Here, the blue team with 500 points to 472, winning with just 1 point there. Consistently winning those team fights after getting that early advantage, keeping that score advantage despite losing 2 points to 1 for the majority of the second half of that game.
Yeah, a little unfortunate for red team on how they were losing a bit early game due to the bit of a player imbalance there. For a bit more even, we might have seen this come differently, but man, what a nail-biting game as the score does come down to 472 to 500 in blue team's favor.
Absolutely. The next matchup on the list is Spirit Watch, and I'm going to ask you to take a bit of a break here, Demon Lasher, and I'm going to have Kenigmatic jump in with me while I do play-by-play and he colors. Kenigmatic, are you still here?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Are you ready to go?
Absolutely.
I'm apparently talking a little too closely and loudly into my mic with the amount of excitement I have, so I'm going to turn that down really briefly here as we get started in this game. If you want to go ahead and start doing a bit of play-by-play for me while I adjust that setting, please.
Alrighty, absolutely. Red team seems to be going for the bear point on Spirit Watch. Possibly actually... Oh, they're actually going right after that Orb of Ascension, and possibly... Or not. They're just playing the midfield at the moment, while blue team's Mesmer is actually going to bear to capture it. I don't know why red team is in the middle, possibly just to put on a little bit of pressure onto the blue team. But that doesn't really hinder blue team at the moment because they have one Mesmer that's not there, is able to fluidly move around the map and capture a few points, putting them in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, well, they do pick up an easy kill there. GrizRage going 1-on-3, not having a good time doing so. Magically Challenged, able to pick up that point, but now red team's going to be able to spread out and start contesting these points with that early 5-point lead. It's going to put them a little bit behind as they try to play catch-up here on these points, but they're going to have a bit of an advantage here with GrizRage having to respawn and get back in the fight. Android is on Magically Challenged in the center point here, doing as much damage as he can. Magically Challenged in a lot of trouble, doing his best to kite around and get away from Android, but Android's constantly on him, able to take him down very quickly. And And there comes the stomp if he's going to be able to get it off. And, Magically Challenged gets out of range, manages to stealth to avoid that stomp here. But Android still has more to work with. He's just going to attack him down a little. And here's Amari here to help finish off Magically Challenged as Android falls. But he's going to be able to get up here on the rally as Magically Challenged dies. And they take the point. Raven here going to the red team.
There we go. That early movement from the Mesmer on the blue team didn't really help out too much, but that did give them Bear, and they're able to sort of even out the point differential that they're having at the moment.
We are now up to a 4v4 here. And a 20-point advantage about for the red team as they hold the 2-to-1 point advantage here. Android stepping away. Grizz Rage dying very nicely there to a stomp. And Android and Cyrax fighting against a rich white lady here, a miniature collector, who's doing a good job of almost taking down Cyrax, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Android's got the damage to tank down a rich white lady before she can kill Cyrax. And down she goes. Cyrax is back up, but so is a rich white lady. Android and Cyrax 2v1ing her here, but that's leaving a lot of opportunity for Raven to fall to the blue team and to the red team. And Amari Dent trying to fight for Bear here, Raven, with Sinku actually getting the stomp there, and it's going to go back to the blue team.
Yep, he actually used the Orb of Ascension there to neutralize the point immediately. So that way, if he had won, he would be able to capture it. If he had lost, it would still put it in a neutral position. So that way, red team would have to focus on recapturing it.
Absolutely. Grizz Rage, are you still here? Oh, you're in the match. Never mind. I'll keep casting. I was going to have them jump in, but we'll keep going. So red team maintains their 2-to-1 point advantage. They don't have Raven the center point, but they've got both of the outer points, Bear and Wolf. And blue team just neutralized Wolf with the orb there, gaining 15 points and instantly neutralizing Bear away from the red team, giving that slight point advantage, even upping these points and giving them opportunity to recapture it fairly quickly. Android is looking to retake Raven as blue team does finish off capturing Bear, which gives them that slight point advantage here thanks to that orb capture. But a rich white lady is in a lot of trouble here up against someone who's moving away, Amari here. But here comes Sinku to come turn this into a 2v1 and a lot of trouble onto Amari Dent as he's going to go down very, very quickly here. This health bar on a rich white lady apparently did the death strat, I have been told. Not actually the health bar. We've seen she has a lot more health than earlier anticipated, as I said in that last fight. But down goes Evangelise, and here comes the stomps from the blue team. Blue team doing a great job of coming back in this fight after an early downside against the red team.
Absolutely. That was a good play by Evangelise, sort of taking the Orb of Ascension to distract blue team from really focusing on taking back Raven. So that way, if red team was able to stress damage on blue team, they would have had a better shot.
Well, Android's going for the stomp on Grizz, but Grizz manages to knock him out of the way. Here comes Magically Challenged for the attempt on the revive. Android, one more attempt on the stomp, but it was too late. Now he is down. He's stealth. They're not attacking him, but there are some pets going for it. Android's going to be in a lot of trouble, and it looks like he's going to get dead really quickly here. It goes going in for that last hit with his sword. And now they have 2 points for the blue team. Bear is contested right now. A lot of trouble. Holrick going down to 3 from the red team at Bear as red manages to pick up Bear and stomp Holrick completely unopposed here. But they're 40 points behind now. His blue team is constantly getting these points advantage, and they're doing a great job of coordinating as a team.
Yep, red team's going to have to really bunker down and make sure that they have at least 2 out of the 3 points and possibly do a little bit of orb play in order to come back from this.
Absolutely. That orb, if you're unfamiliar with it, can be taken to an enemy point to instantly make it neutral and gain 15 points for your team, or it can be taken to a friendly point for 30 points for your team. And either way, it's a significant game-changing event. Android, however, near the orb, in a lot of trouble here against Grizz Rage, and now a rich white lady and Holrick coming in to try and finish him off. But he's got a lot of escape potential, but it looks like he finally got caught down. He's trying to stealth away here, and he might actually get out of this bad situation if he can get out of here without getting CC'd any further. Seem to have lost someone in the Skype call, but no, okay, never mind. It wasn't a problem. Skype call is still going, so we should be good. Now, Evangeline is a lot of trouble here at Wolf with Sinku constantly doing damage, but it looks like she's going to be able to get away as Cyrax is now the one fighting one-on-one on Sinku and seems to be having a lot of trouble here. Sinku is doing a good job here. This Mesmer doing a lot of damage even in a 2v1 situation, but here's Android. The stomp interrupted by the escape from Cyrax, going for the stomp once again, but it's not going to be any good for him. Android's doing all the burst that he can to get Sinku down, who's barely getting out of here with a sliver of health, still being chased down by Android. Is Android going to be able to pick up the kill here? He may be able to, and down goes, a nice evade there. And again, down goes Sinku, but here's a Rich White Lady to try him help him. Android trying to get the stomp in the stealth there, but no. He's not able to quite pick it up. Rich White Lady and Grizz Rage here to fight even further. Sinku backed up and was revived back in this fight. Android's in a lot of trouble, and he's getting out of there with barely anything as well. Shadow stepping back into the fight after escaping, then jumping off the cliff, knocking himself out of the match. There, he killed himself by falling off the ledge with that clever evade after an excellent Shadow step out of the fight, back into the fight, and off the cliff for a free death. And now leading the match, 80 points the blue team. They've got Wolf. The other 2 points, Raven and Bear, are both contested. Bear finally going to the red team. And what do you think the red team really needs to make happen to come back into this match?
Red team needs to take their close point. I cannot stress that enough. Wolf is right there, and it's benefiting blue way more than it's benefiting red. They're gaining points. Red team is not. That's the hugest problem I see with blue having Wolf this entire time.
Yes, blue controlling Wolf pretty heavily, Bear constantly contested, and Raven usually in the hand of blue. I mean, red hasn't been able to pick up this orb and get it anywhere. They're in a lot of trouble here. They seem to be losing in most fighting situations. They just seem to be getting outclassed in these fights and constantly getting beaten. Android does a lot of damage, but when he's not getting the opportunity to anymore. Rich White Lady being very, very tanky with that death shroud she's got going, but now she's going down. Amari and Evangelise going for Grizz, trying to keep Amari off of it, but that's leaving a Rich White Lady all alone with Evangelise, who picks up the stomp. Siku comes in. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage to Evangelise as she tries to escape, but Grizz constantly on Amari, able to take him down. And here comes the stomp. Is he going to get it? And no, he's not going to get the stomp. Amari manages to interrupt it quite fine. And Grizz backing up a little, taking a lot of damage from that harass from Cyrax down there. Just backing out very slowly as he slowed and spinning right off the edge of that ledge. And Amari still in a lot of trouble, hasn't been able to get back up, and looks like he's going to be taken down here. Eventually, he's coming up somewhere. Oh, looks like he's trying to do some damage to Sinku, but that's not really important. That's in the middle of nowhere. What's going on with these points? We've got Raven and Wolf controlled by the red team. We've got Bear controlled by the blue team. Finally, a 2-to-1 point advantage for the red team. That's what they need to start coming back in this, but they've got a 115-point deficit, and that's not going to be enough if they hold 2-to-1 points. They need to pick up kills, and they need to pick up that third point, or at the very least neutralize it.
Yep, Android should be in that point. I cannot stress that enough. If he's in that point and neutralizes before Grizz can get there, that'll totally take away the point bonus that Grizz has with the Orb of Ascension.
No, unfortunately, he wasn't able to do so. That Orb of Ascension giving 30 points to the blue team. They only need 55 more points to win. Android was in a lot of trouble, got knocked out of there, and is dead now. That's 1 point for each team. Wolf is contested here, and they're fighting for it as best as they can. But Siku is a very dangerous opponent in the Raven. But here's a Rich White Lady against Tility in that Wolf point, trying to fight for it. But red team looks like they're in a lot of trouble here. Only 36 points left, and Tility goes down to a Rich White Lady, leaving 30 points remaining. Blue team looks like they've got this in the bag. Is there any way you can see red team coming back from this?
Possibly. They would have to 3-cap it and stop the Orb of Ascension from going to Bear, which is going to, right now, solidifying their win in this game.
All right, and that's going to be a very soon win here. 12 points to go. Raven is captured. It's 2-1, and there it goes. 520 points to 309 as the Orb arrives. Blue team taking the win with 5 minutes remaining with a dominant 211-point lead against the red team.
Get on my level, Android.
I'm so killing my voice.
Which right lady needs to teach me how to necro?
Fell off the bridge. Rich Light Lady was doing a fantastic job. And that self-kill there was amazing. Just amazing. Right?
Android, did you like my orb control the entire game?
Did you like me falling off the cliff?
I wasn't there for that fight. I was too busy getting that orb.
I happened to be specking you for that. It was amazing. That was on you as well, because I got to see that beautifully.
I got it on camera.
Oh, wow. I'm so happy.
We're going to highlight that on you.
Not only did you get the stomping of him in that match, you got him committing suicide? Perfect.
But good job, guys. Some good improvement across the board. Now I'm pretty hot. I got a little too hyped for these practice matches. My throat is a little tired. So, do you guys have anything else you want to practice tonight before we call it quits for the night? Anyone have anything they want to work on before the end of the practice?
Double pistol. I want to work on my double pistol.
That's not part of the casting.
I know.
The
I'm
choice
joking.
is to work up that double pistol thief, not engineer, thief. I got really excited when someone said, "Oh, he's running double pistol," but it was an engineer, and I was sad. No one
Yeah.
cares if an engineer runs double pistol. It's got to be a thief. Unload, so good. Anvil Rock is the name of the server that we play on. It seems to be the heaviest esports server. Also,
Yeah,
all of you
Rock
guys
is the
who are
PvP
not
hub.
in the esports guild should send a message to Sean so he can invite
Can
you.
I get an invite to that? I don't see. I don't understand why we haven't gotten invites.
Me
to
too.
that.
I don't have an invite.
If-
I guess.
I keep getting spammed by people with invites begging me to join their guilds, and it's getting really annoying.
You can be in multiple guilds.
I don't
so.
want to be in multiple guilds.
Anyways, so and also make sure you go into your guilds tab. Make sure you decline their invites because until you do that, it'll keep showing up every time you
I
log in.
know. I hate that so much. If I hit ignore, it should go away. No, we just got out of the PvP games. We generally only run this for 2 hours a night, so we ran a bit of League for this, ran a bit of Guild Wars 2, and now that we're done with that, we're probably going to get back to either some individual training, or we're probably going to do some farming for the tournament, maybe some speedruns or boring shit like that that you guys won't want to watch, so...
I'm working on getting an EU account as well.
Do
to
a
the
sign
record of
off,
chat.
Foxy.
But okay, so everyone who may have joined late, we are Tower Dive TV, and this was Game Analysis Night, which originally started out with 2 color commentators throughout the League of Legends matches where they practice back and forth, and color commentary doesn't have any play-by-play. And then after 2 matches that we segued into Guild Wars 2 casting practice, where we had both play-by-play as well as color commentary. We started off early on with just doing the introductions and such like that and moved on and so forth. I don't have to recap the whole thing, but this has been Tower Dive TV. You can, of course, follow us at Twitter at Tower Dive TV, on our Twitch channel at www.twitch.tv/TowerDiveTV, at our Facebook at facebook.com/TowerDiveTV, as well as our YouTube channel at youtube.com/TowerDiveTV, and our website www.towerdive.tv. Are you noticing a trend? I certainly am. The only unusual one is we've got a dot before the TV on the website. So be sure to follow us. Of course, you can follow our individual casters' Twitters and YouTubes, like youtube.com/filibusterfox. But you can find all that information on the caster bios page of the website, which is undergoing changes to better meet the fact that we're multiple games now instead of just League. So expect some website changes in the future, as well as most of the Guild Wars casters don't actually have their bios on there yet, so we'll be getting that on there as soon as we can. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to contact us through that website. You can find some emails for there. You can drop me an email if you have any questions about Tower Dive TV, or if you're interested in becoming a caster or anything like that, or hiring out our casters, contact myself or Lunat the Herald, and we'll get you sorted out. My name is Filibuster Fox, and the stream has been hosted by Lunat the Herald, and we thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!
Adios.
Bye.